Man Under the Hood is the latest episode in Arrow from Season 2. This is like episode 19 in the season, so we're almost to the end. Wow, how much will that suck when this show is over? Now, the beginning of the episode we see Team Arrow, Oliver, Sarah, Diggle, even Felicity. They're on a mission to go to one of the Queen Consolidated buildings and blow it up. And they attempt to hopefully stop Isabel and Slade, their experiments. They're trying to prove a point. And I like seeing all of them do this, even Felicity having to get in there and get her hands dirty. I thought it was a little weird that they all went into the building wearing masks, but then as they were doing the act, they had the masks like lifted up. It's like, well, what's the point of wearing the mask if, like, that police officer who came in saw Felicity's face? But I don't really think that mattered. They blow up the building. Laurel, she has all these pictures up, and she's basically putting the pieces together. She's trying to figure out for sure whether Oliver is Arrow. And I like that. It makes her look like a smart character, that she didn't just take this information that Slade gave to her and just went crazy and went to Oliver and flipped out. Like, no, she's actually trying to see if it makes sense. We catch a scene where Oliver and Moira being told that Isabel has basically made them broke. Wow. I couldn't help but think of Dark Knight Rises. Oliver then goes to meet with Isabel to basically confront her face to face. And she reveals that she was sleeping with the father, but she was his soulmate. He was going to run off with her, but just then he went back because Thea fell off her horse. He got a phone call. So he basically ended it with Isabel, and she's been pissed ever since. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that that was what was going on. I guess that's what she meant when she said sins of the father. I thought that meant something to do with Slade, like maybe she was Slade's daughter, but I guess that's totally not the case. It was revealed, though, that Oliver's father knew that Thea was Malcolm Merlin's daughter, and I like that because as much as we've been sort of making him look like a bad guy or a bad father or a bad husband cheating on his wife, I like that there was at least something good about the guy. There was something to admire about him. We get a flashback on the island where Ivo tells them that there is a cure for Slade, for the Mirakuru. And at first when I heard that, I go, well, this doesn't mean anything because we know that they didn't give it to Slade back on the island. However, I immediately thought, wait a minute. That could be used for the present. This could be used to go against Slade now is some type of cure. So it actually proved to be a very important bit of information. Now, just then, Deathstroke appears in the cave and attacks everyone. This guy was just a machine. There was no stopping him. And it was pretty awesome. He destroys Sarah, Diggle, Oliver, and then when Felicity gets the lights on, he's already gone. This guy is a ghost. At first I thought he just did that because he was proving a point that he could come and kill them at any time. Maybe that is also true, but no. I guess he stole the skeleton key, something that he needed. So while Sarah's in the hospital, Laurel goes to visit her and she sees the cuts on her back and she immediately starts to get suspicious. And she's starting to put the pieces together that not only is Oliver Arrow, but Sarah might be Black Canary. Again, I like that Laurel is being a much smarter character. Now, Oliver tries to talk to Thea, but it doesn't really go well. He's trying to tell her basically what he found out about the father, how he knew about her. But I like the fact that you see what it really means to be the Arrow, how he can't have a personal life, how he can't even sit for 5 minutes and talk to his sister about something that is important. I mean, look, Thea might at some points come off as a whining little brat. But okay, in her world, in her little world, this is a big deal. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it seems insignificant. But I like that Oliver almost had to choose, that he had to go and stop Deathstroke. We see Deathstroke go to this building and he's attempting to steal equipment, but we see these two characters who clearly stand out for a reason. And I recognize the girl, Danielle Panabaker, because I've seen her and stuff. And I immediately remembered they casted her for the Flash TV show. So we're setting up characters that will be on the Flash show on Arrow. I love that. I thought that was awesome. And then we get a quick shot of Laurel watching Oliver and Sarah at the crime scene. And I thought that was a little too much. I mean, I get it. As I said, I like that they were showing her as a smart character, but to have her there, it's like, how did she know where this crime scene was? You could say she followed them, but I just am like, that's a little too much. I don't think we needed that. Lance gets attacked by this prisoner who wants to get revenge for him and the Arrow putting him there. I thought that was interesting. I didn't even think of, while he was in jail, that could have happened. Somebody seeing him and being pissed and trying to attack him. That's when Laurel goes to visit him as well, and she tells him, I know who the Arrow is, and he quickly cuts her off and says, look, I don't want to know who the guy is. There was a time when I thought I wanted to know, but now I don't care. And I liked his reasoning for not caring, the fact that he recognizes that this guy has a life of his own, and the sacrifices he makes, he gives him that respect. And him telling Laurel that sort of helped put this in a different perspective for her. So that was good. Right after that, though, Laurel with the blackmailing once again. She goes up to the lady there and basically says, you're going to drop the charges on my father. Not only that, you're going to give him his job back. And it's like she just drops the mic, and it's like, that's it. I don't necessarily like how easy it is for Laurel to just do these things to threaten her, what she could do in order to get what she wants. She got her job back, and now she got her father's charges dropped. It seemed too easy. Even the woman stopped and said, look, don't think you can just do this and it's going to be this easy for you. But so far, it's been pretty fucking easy for Laurel. So then we see Oliver Arrow go to where Deathstroke's hideout was, where he's conducting these experiments, trying to create an army. He finds Roy. So when we saw Roy leave, he was going to Bloodhaven, he was quickly gathered up by Slade. So there goes that. Slade shows up with Isabel, a nice fight scene where Oliver's fighting both of them, and then Diggle shoots Isabel and kills her. I was like, oh, we just got rid of Isabel pretty quickly. I was a little disappointed because I feel like just when we got Isabel involved in the main story and doing stuff, it looked like at least she got killed. We see Laurel go up to Oliver. She sees him at the bar, and she just goes up to him and hugs him. And he says, what's this for? And she says, it's because you're important to me. And I really liked that. I liked that we didn't know how Laura was going to take this information. And throughout it, it seemed like she was about to just lash out and be pissed at them. But again, it's Laurel taking the high road and saying, look, she loves this guy. And she's willing to accept the fact that he does this for a reason. He has good reasons for doing this. What he's doing is good. And she's not going to get mad at him for lying to her. Thank God we finally have a character that won't get mad at Oliver for lying. Last shot of the episode is Slade bringing Isabel back to life. So I guess I prematurely got upset about her death because she's back. And not only is she back, she's back as a Mirakuru soldier along with Slade's army. So now Slade has a super soldier army. Wow. The stakes just keep getting rise. I don't know how Arrow can stop Slade now. If Slade was hard to stop before, Obviously, this cure will come into effect, but still, the guy's a skilled fighter, even if he was normal, human. I don't know. I kind of hope they don't kill Slade off. That's how much I like the character. That's how sort of awesome he is. I really enjoyed this episode. So much went on, which is something I shouldn't be too surprised about the show. It just keeps progressing and progressing. I guess the only negative thing I could say is Thea, but I get it. You have to have her acting the way she is. She's still a teenager, I think. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? I am almost dreading to see the season end. I'm having that much fun with it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!